Good evening and welcome to the Board of Health meeting, Monday, November 6, 2023. Before we start the meeting, I just want to let folks know that we are going to be voting to go into executive session. The reason for that is I'd like to introduce our town nurse, Heather Doucette, who's done an amazing job for the citizens of East Bridgewater and for the board itself. Heather is going to be taking a slight step back while she's working on an advanced degree, and we need to temporarily fill her role in the nurse's position. So Heather, again, thank you very much for everything that you've done over the last few years. You've gotten us through, helped us get us through pandemic and some crazy times. You're an unsung hero. You get it done and you fly way below the radar screen, and you should be elevated. I personally can't thank you enough. This is long overdue. So thank you very much. And with that, I will take a roll call vote to close our main meeting, and then to go into executive session to discuss the temporary open position, and then we will be exiting the executive session and returning back into our full meeting. So with a roll call vote to close our public meeting and go into executive session, please say aye when called. Tom Duquette?
Aye.
Rob Lyons? Aye. So that's unanimous. So we're going to close this meeting, and then we're going to go into executive session, and when we come out, we'll be back live again. Okay, and welcome back to our Board of Health meeting, Monday, November 6, 2023. So we're going to go right to invoices. We have Crystal Rock invoice for $10.58. We have B&D Associates for $240. That's for the medical waste pickup. That's of our SHARP program. And then we have an invoice from Scott Johnson Land Clearing. This is for cleaning up the perimeter and the fence area around up at the Bridgewater landfill. And that's for $7,700. So I'll entertain a motion that we pay these as presented.
I will so move.
Okay, this motion, Tom. Second, Lyons. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes. We have the minutes from October 16th. We may not be able to, I don't think I was there that one.
Yeah, you weren't.
We're going to have to push that to the next
that.
meeting.
So you can make a motion to do that.
Then we have disposal system construction permits. First would be local upgrade approval, 42 Trudeau Lane, here in East Bridgewater. We have another one. Jean Marie?
42 Trudeau Lane is pretty straightforward. They're asking for a variance for 3 feet to groundwater. This will have restriction on the property that they will be restricted to the 3 bedrooms they have now.
Okay.
And then they're also asking to do a sieve test instead of a perk.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we accept this local upgrade as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Tom. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any further discussions? Hearing none. Then we have 720 Harvard Street in East Bridgewater.
Yep. This is an existing farm. This is a little bit more complicated. They want to put, take one of the barns and make it into a goat milking parlor. That's really what they're called. That end of it's going to need a tight tank due to the dairy fats and greases that come off of that when they wash the goats down and wash down where they've been. They also want to repair the house, and that has a separate septic we're putting in for that. It's got a cesspool now. It was probably built 1870, 1880, somewhere in there. They have a 6-room bungalow, what I would call a bungalow. They're making it, and 2 of the bedrooms are going to become joined together as a big master suite. So they're going from a 6-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, and then they want the sheds that's in between the 2 to become a retail food place. Goat milk, goat soap, goat products, basically. And that's tied into the septic system. So we have a separate tight tank for the milking parlor, and then the septic repair for a 4-bedroom plus retail space. They're asking for 2 variances. One, we couldn't get a perk, so they need a sieve analysis. And number 2 is 4 feet to 3 feet to groundwater. And then the third one is the tight tank. They want to put it 6 feet from the barn, so they don't drive the tractors over it.
Okay, so
See the 3?
you mentioned there were 3 variances, I
There's
see.
3 variances.
Okay, so I see 2.
Okay, the first one is 4 feet to 3 feet.
I see that.
And then there's the DEP, DWMP, PEP, POO one, which is allowing a perk test. They can't get a
Gotcha.
perk.
Okay,
So they're
gotcha.
doing a
There it
sieve.
is.
And the third one is 15 to 11, which
Yep,
is
6 to
setback
10.
from the
Yep,
foundation.
or 10 to 6.
Right.
Yep, okay. All right, I'll make a motion that we accept the variances as presented. That's motion Lyons. Do I have a second?
I will second the motion.
Okay, second Tom. Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. Okay, so our last variance would be 243 Whitman Street.
This is a little different. There's no longer a house there. So, under Title V, new construction is when you have to meet something because there's no longer a house or a building there. The exception to that is if the house has been destroyed and was built before 1995. That house was, it's 1948. So it's not considered new construction per Title V code, it's considered a repair. So that's why I made that distinction on there. They're asking for some, they can't meet new code, so they're asking for some variances. Separation between bottom of the soil and high groundwater from 4 feet to 3 feet. And they can't get a perk test, so they did a sieve analysis. And reduction of the required 12-inch separation between the inlet and the outlet tees on the septic tank in high groundwater.
Okay, so if,
It was
you're
a
saying there's no
3-bedroom.
building there at all right now?
Not at all. That comes into a gray area, but there is a little, when it calls new construction, they define it not as something that was demolished or destroyed that was built before
Oh,
1995.
is this the house that was on fire? Oh, okay,
Yep,
gotcha,
that
gotcha,
one.
gotcha, okay.
And the house is gone.
The
so-
house is gone, right?
so-
Foundation's there, but the house is
Yeah,
gone.
so
Okay.
you're not really repairing a
right.
house. And it was a 3-bedroom, so they will be restricted to that because they're asking for
Right,
variance.
okay, okay. All right, so I'll make a motion that we accept the variance as presented for 243 Whitman Street. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Second, Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. So we have one new construction, 505 North Central Street.
Actually, we have 2. One's lot 1 and one's lot 2.
Oh, there it is, okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
And my brain went dead for a minute.
No, I have
Huh?
one. Remember this?
Which one was that, though?
No, that one,
Was that lot 1?
I think it might be.
One of them they wanted to call new construction, but they're ripping the house down and increasing the capacity of it. So it really is new construction. But they only did 1 perk in the system. If it's new construction, it really has to have at least 2 perks in the system. And 1 in the repair, like the repair area. to the side.
So one lot is being considered repair, one's considered new.
They want to consider it a repair, but they're ripping the house down and they're
This
increasing the
lot-
flow.
Gina, right here, you can take a look at it. That's lot 1.
So this is different from the one So one of them I did, Lot 1, if you want to look at it, it's right here. Lot 1 is the one that they're ripping down a 2-bedroom house and putting a 4-bedroom in, increase in flow. So they have to meet new construction design standards because they're putting in a brand-new house that's twice the size. And they didn't do the right number of perks.
Is this the second lot, that one next to
The
it?
second lot's brand new, there's nothing up there. Yeah, we have that one too. And they did the 4 holes they needed to do, increase the septic design, don't have any variances. So I don't have a problem with that one. It's just this other one where they're doubling the size of the house and it's already gone, the house is already ripped down, so. They need to do more perks, basically. But it's up to you guys. Doesn't quite meet the criteria. They're increasing the capacity. And one of the things when you ask for variances is that you don't increase the capacity of what's there.
Okay.
So lot 1 is the one that's ripped down the old house, increased the capacity. Lot 2 is, they meet code, so they I don't have a problem with that one.
So are these variances?
No, they're not really, they're just, it's new construction, and they didn't meet the code, so it would be a variance.
Okay, it's new construction that,
And an increase in capacity.
okay.
They're going from a 2-bedroom to a 4-bedroom. I know why. This is on the corner of North Central and Sparling, which is a little tiny short street there.
Okay, so are there any issues with the design plans?
For lot 1 there is.
Okay.
It only has 1 perk in the system and the repair. 1 hole.
Okay, so is that one that we should send back to them?
I'm gonna send it back to him.
Yeah, okay.
I would approve, I would say
Okay.
that. You don't have to disapprove it, just not act on it.
Okey-doke.
Lot 2's okay. It has the
All right.
four holes. Did what they were supposed to, meets all the new construction criteria.
All right, so, lot 1, you're going to, send back.
Yep.
And then, so for lot 2, I'll make a motion that we accept the design plan as presented from 2-bedroom to 4-bedroom. Do we have a second?
I will second.
Second, Tom. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, food establishment renewals. Now, this is 2024, these renewals.
January, for January.
Okay, so it should be 2020,
4.
it's 2024, okay.
So we started the permit process.
Yeah, okay,
So in all permits, all renewals have gone out, whether they've gone out via
Okay.
email or by mail. And
okay, so
are the
these,
ones that
these are all the
came in.
ones that have come back.
Correct.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, okay. All right, so we have 13 food establishments that have returned their permit. So I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the 13 food establishment renewals as presented. That's motion Lyons. And do I have a second?
I will second.
Second, Tom.
So noted.
Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. So we got one installer license. It's a renewal for DBH Utility. Sandra, they're
It's all, they're all set. They're
okay.
complete.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the license for DBH Utility. It's a motion Lyons, second,
I will second the motion.
second Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That passes. Then we have a renewal for the hauler permit from Waste Management. And again, Sandra?
So this here is a renewal for 2024 with Waste Management of Mass, Inc., and they are complete with their application.
I'm sorry?
They're complete with their application.
Gotcha, okay, all right. So I'll make a motion that we accept hauler permit renewal for Waste Management. That's motion Lyons, second.
I will second the motion.
Second, Tom. Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that passes. And then we have a betterment loan application.
So the betterment loan application, their application is complete, there's nothing outstanding. So,
Okay.
There's an estimate on
Right,
it
right, right.
around 50, so.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay,
complete.
I'll make a motion, we accept the betterment loan application for 3 Paris Farm Road, East Bridgewater. That's motion Lyons. Do I have a second?
I will second the motion.
Second, Tom. Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. Okay, so we have the East Bridgewater Housing Authority asking for a variance to code for the refrigeration size, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, the units he requested variance are. So the code change went from 9 something to 11, right? 9.8
Right,
cubic foot refrigerator
right,
to
yeah.
11?
Actually, it didn't have a size for the fridge.
They didn't have a size
It-
prior?
Originally, no.
Okay, so,
So it's now 11.11
Okay.
something,
so these are built
prior to the. code.
prior to, and they can only fit a 9.8 cubic foot refrigerator, right?
Right,
Without doing extensive remodels.
like moving walls,
I'm sorry?
like moving a wall.
Yeah, exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
that's extensive, so.
Also, these units are made for 1 or 2 people, not
Mhm.
families.
And that's gonna continue, correct?
Yes.
For 1 or 2 people,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the variance request to go from a 9.8 cubic I'm sorry, to deviate from the code of 11 cubic foot refrigerator back to the 9.8, which was how these were originally designed. Do we have anything, whenever they do a remodel or any
Yes.
major repairs, that
You
11
still
goes in
can't
there?
move the outside walls.
Okay, all right, so that's not gonna happen.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna make a motion that we allow the variance to deviate from the 11 cubic foot to the 9.8 cubic foot for the apartments listed. So that's motion Lyons.
I will second the motion.
Okay, second Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. That passes. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we've got the HPHEG. So they were able to hammer out the agreement. Is that what I s-
Yeah.
Okay. That's the update.
You guys have sort of gone through this and know what they provide as
Yep.
far as.
Okay. All right, so I will make a motion that we accept the intermunicipal agreement between East Bridgewater and the Halifax, I should say, East Bridgewater Board of Health and the Halifax Public Health Excellent Group. That's motion Lyons.
I will second.
second Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. Is this the copy that we're signing, or is there another copy?
You sign that copy.
Okay, we'll sign this copy, all right, so I'm gonna take,
No, there's another, I'll have the copy.
you'll have a okay, all right, this is
I'm
just.
sorry.
See.
That's for your copy.
All right. Okay, so then we have, moving on. Okay, so we move to the discussion. Jean Marie, any updates?
Yeah, it's been busy, and plus I'm trying to learn a new computer system, so, inspection of computer system, so it's been kind of busy. Site assignments, observation holes and perks, new construction, 296 North Central Street, 13 Cross Street, that's TJ Smith's Victorian house. Lot 1 is basically the parking lot, and we did about 14 holes, and there's no good soils there, it's silt loams. So that's not acceptable right now for new construction. We are able to repair the existing structure from the 200-seat restaurant to be a 100-seat adult daycare. So we can repair one, but they don't get an extra lot out of it.
Okay, so I kind of lost track there. So getting back to 296 North Central Street
And 13 Cross, it has both addresses.
and 13 Cross Street.
It's
Okay,
right on-
so it's Lot 1.
Lot 1 is where the parking lot is, in the back, the big one, on Cross Street. We did 14 holes there and
Okay,
did
so-
not find any suitable
Is
material.
this TJ Smith's?
Yep.
Okay.
He
So
was
what's,
hoping to get 2 lots out of that, the original.
so
one-
did he close?
Yes, he's closed.
So were they looking to develop that?
Actually, they have a 200-seat restaurant, which is a pretty high flow at 35 gallons per seat.
Yeah.
They're gonna put a 100 person adult daycare center in there. It's actually a very good use for that,
Okay.
because it's homey, it's got plantings,
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of thing. But he was hoping to get an
All right, so
additional lot in the back.
Are we working with them on options?
Well, we can't do much about the new construction if we don't have good soils. But we can repair the existing septic. Because we don't have to come up to the
Change use
standard of new
prevent all to adult
construction.
daycare. Okay, so his existing system would be considered a repair.
Yep. And since a 100-person adult daycare is less flow than a 200-seat restaurant,
So,
It's okay.
when you're using the term daycare, that's just, there's no residential, no overnight, it's strictly,
drop them off in the
Come in,
morning
okay.
and stay all day, to give respite to people who have older people.
Right,
that,
right, yeah.
You know, need some
and you might see them there.
socialization, yeah, really, socialization.
All right, so you're working on working with them on the repairs to get their system,
Yeah, they'll be in probably within the next couple of weeks.
okay.
Yep.
All right, so, plan submitted,
Yeah, we talked about Lot 1 and
yep,
Lot 2.
okay, got it.
North Central. We talked about the repair at 243 Whitman Street, 720 Harvard Street, and 42 Trudeau. And I just put 720 in there so that you know the different permits needed for that
Okay,
property.
gotcha, okay.
I signed off on component repair, i.e. D-boxes, on 106 Waterman and 60 Walnut, per our agreement. Systems under construction, 1766 Central Street, one of those new houses. 1192 Washington Street's a new house. Repair 603 Crescent and 1617 Plymouth.
Okay,
Food inspections. Routines, High Road Charter School, TJ Smith's Victorian House, it's closed. Mary Lou's News, Sam's Golf
okay, so
Station.
High Road Charter School.
That's up by Oakdale Parking on Pleasant
Oh, that's
Street.
right, got it.
It's an alternative high school.
Yep, okay.
They get inspected at least twice a year for their grants and stuff. One Stop Food Mart, follow-up inspections, Dunkin' Donuts, Tri-Town Convenience, Honeydew on Franklin Street. We didn't have any mobile trucks come in. It's kind of end of season for them. Installed and received training on the Relevant Inspectional Program for food, housing, and pool inspections. Kind of try to work through that right now. We also did the Smart Gov Brightly software for permitting. We're getting training on that and getting the forms put on that. Body Art, Sacred Edition, I had an emergency closure. It's called by the fire department, and they told us that they had no heat and no hot water. The heat, not such an issue. The hot water, that was the issue. Did a follow-up inspection the next day to make sure it was back and working. Housing, you did the request for the East Bridgewater Housing Authority. Complaints, Dunkin' Donuts on Plymouth Street, we've had 2 complaints in 3 separate weeks, resulting in 4 inspection because of flies. There's sewer flies, not house flies. So we're trying to straighten that out.
Okay, so did they get onto a regular program with
That was the problem. They didn't have pest control coming in on a regular
okay, but do
routine
they
basis.
now? Have they contracted with
Yep.
somebody? Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Actually, the traps went dry. That's what happened.
Nantucket Wild Seafood.
That was the one I told you guys about.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He needs a different permits from different areas. That's why I put that down there, so you could see that.
Okay, so he's working towards those?
Well, yes, I hope so. Vaccine clinics, October 17th, and we had one in September. 122 clients were served.
Oh,
Our second one on October 17th, there was no COVID vaccine available. That happened across the state. That was happening in a lot of different places, not just our clinic. Emerging public health concerns, mosquito surveillance has stopped for the season.
Yep.
No more bites.
Very good.
And then I've had some requests for internships.
Okay, first one was doing the college
So I-
university.
I don't think I can do 2 of them. I think that's gonna be a little bit too much of a push on my time. But
Okay, so how's that selection process gonna work?
one of them wants 210 hours. It's way over what I can provide for her.
Okay,
She's a senior, and I think, she probably should have been doing it all along. The other one only needs, about 40 hours between January and April. Which is, I think, a little bit more doable for me. So one,
okay, we should just check with, either Chris or Caitlin, just to see what the selection process should look like from a legal standpoint.
Chris or
Just see if there's any documentation, or just wanna dot our i's and cross our t's.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one asked a week before the other one, and
Okay.
the other one, whoever I choose is fine, but I'll also shift them to the HP grant, the grant consortium, and see if they can help her too, the other one, so. She may not get in town, but she may get one of the other towns around us. So I won't leave her hanging there, that's what I'm saying to you.
Okay,
That's it for me.
great. Okay, thank you.
Been busy.
Sandra, anything that,
No,
we need to?
covered everything.
Okay. Again, I know, she's gone, but again, I just want to publicly thank Heather Doucette for all the work. She's gonna continue to be, an online presence. And then, we look forward to her return, her full return, I should say, in January. So, with that, that concludes our meeting. I'll entertain a motion to, close, our meeting for Monday, November 6th, 2023.
I will make a motion to close
Okay,
the meeting.
so motion, Tom. Second, Lyons. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So that passes, and that concludes our meeting. Thank you very much, everybody.